You're gonna blow out the mic. Can I live with this?
Uh,
Hi.
you didn't do your thing.
Oh, boom.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's all the horror we've watched so far. It's October 12th to the 21st
Yes.
is what we are covering today. We're going to be going through our letterbox. We're going to be telling you everything that we liked, that we didn't like,
Spoiler alert. If y'all watched our video we did, I don't remember if it was a streamer video, about like what we are going to watch throughout the month of October. We completely deviated from
it
that.
changed it definitely changed a bit. There were some that we definitely nailed down, but it's one of those things when you're thinking of what you want to watch and you're like, oh, you know what,
I didn't think about this.
I didn't think about that, or oh, I forgot we had that, or we just bought this, now we have it, that kind of thing. So
yeah, I mean, our streams stayed the same, but what we watched in our downtime did not.
But it is Halloween weekend.
Yes.
I did not pen that. I heard it from Celise over at Sweet and Spooky. But I don't know if she heard that somewhere. I'm sure someone came up with it. Halloween weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's Halloween.
So it's not just Celise's thing, but
No.
I heard it from Celise, so I'm giving credit to Celise. But it is Halloween weekend. This is it. I'm telling you, it flew by. Remember at the beginning when we did that stream?
Yeah.
I said it's going to fly by.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for me.
It is, but then we're going to start getting into the holiday stuff, and the holiday stuff is fun. I'm going to make sure that this year you become one of those
Holly Jolly.
You're going to become the chick in the Grinch who's like setting up all the lights.
Miss
the one that the Grinch loves, has a crush on.
Oh.
Miss Martha May Whovier.
Martha May Whovier.
Yeah, her. That's who you're going to become with the giant like thing.
This thing is new.
Yeah. That's going to be that's what you're going to turn into.
Bah humbug.
Betty. Hi. So, but we're not there yet. We're still in the month of October. So let's say hey to everyone in the chat, see what's going on. Who do we got here? We got Adrian. Hello, Adrian. Hello. Hey there, Ed and Haley. How's it going, my lovely friends?
Oh, it's so sweet.
It's going great. It's going great, Adrian. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. Seriously, all the times that you stop by, say hello, join in on the chat, calling us lovely. You're lovely as well. Yeah. I paused Pearl just for this stream.
That's a
Why would you do that? Why would you pause Pearl for this?
Yeah, for us.
Gavin, go back to Pearl.
Not that we don't love you here.
No. But that's really cool. Are you watching it? Well, obviously you're watching it digitally. It's not out on physical. So where's it streaming? Tony's Movies and More. What's going on, Tony?
Tony.
Long time no see. Dude, can you believe 1 week ago?
Yeah, it was a week ago today.
1 week ago today was Halloween Horror Nights.
I was prepping.
1 week ago, we were in Orlando having the time of our freaking lives. And here we are now.
I'm depressed.
But 1 week ago, yeah, it's crazy. Our vlogs are going to be coming probably tomorrow. Because we did 2 vlogs. So we're going to have the Blu-ray hunting that we did. Mm-hmm. That's probably going to drop tomorrow at some point. And then I figured our Halloween Horror Nights, we'll save that for Halloween. That just kind of makes sense to us.
I kind of figured you were doing something like that. Cause I'm like, wow, you really are turning into me procrastinating.
No, my ultimate plan was to release the vlogs in 2 days. So do 30th, our Blu-ray hunt, and then Halloween Horror Nights on the 31st. I think Dave's is coming either today or tomorrow too. Durant Cinemas. So
yeah, he sent me like a little tiny sneak peek.
Oh yeah, he sent you that too of you peering through the door. Yeah. Hello there, Tony. Happy Halloween weekend. Yes, this is for Halloween weekend. It's Halloween weekend. What is it going? Yeah, it's gone by quick. Laren, it's gone by quick. Really has.
Of course, because it's my favorite. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again, but it's my favorite time of the year, so of course it goes by.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. And we got Tony saying, hey. We got Laren saying, hey. We got Adrian saying, hey. We got Eddie's Films and stuff. What's going on, Eddie? What's going on, my friends? What's going on, man?
It's going.
We got Eric Stone. Hello.
Howdy.
No, I can't miss your stream. And let's not talk about how I'm watching it. The coppers might be watching.
You mean totally
Ooh.
legit and legal sites?
It's all good, man. It's all good. We won't rat you out.
I
Let me
mean, as
just,
long as it's in high
move this up.
quality, because it was released not that long ago. I hope there's at least some HD, legal
Yeah, right.
viewing.
What else do we got here? Rock music forever.
Oh, that feels like it. Long time no see. Like actually, long time no see.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So everyone's saying hey to everyone. So yeah, so expect that. So tomorrow, the Blu-ray hunt video that we did with Tony and Durant Cinema in Florida. Expect that video coming tomorrow. And then on the 31st, our Halloween Horror Nights video will be posted to the channel. So look forward to that.
HHN's probably definitely busy, like super busy this Halloween weekend.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then one more stream like this exact stream, one more, probably November 1st, covering everything that we've watched from the 22nd to the 31st.
What are we doing on Halloween?
Don't know. Well, I know you work.
I do?
Yeah, you
Oh,
work.
that sucks.
Yeah, and you work late.
That sucks.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that really sucks.
Yeah.
Why did you tell me that?
Well, you asked what are we doing? So
Oh,
you work. I mean,
you don't.
we both work, but I
Oh.
work early,
Oh.
and you work until late. So.
That's. Can I get a F in the chat?
Haley looks like she loves Halloween and Christmas.
Bah humbug to Christmas, but you know.
It is in HD. The legal part is neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's very valid of you.
So.
Thank you, Eric.
I love how Ed knows Haley's work schedule and she doesn't.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that works, huh? Kind of funny.
But yeah, so that's what's going on for the channel. That's what's going on with the schedule. So let's get into this, shall we? Because we got some good movies to talk about, some favorites, some non-favorites. Like I said, in this little ticker thing down here, some cult classics, some actual classics, all that stuff. So let's see. Let's start sharing our Letterboxd screen, shall we? So we can talk about this.
You mean yours?
Oh, yeah, because I actually document this stuff in a diary form. You don't.
Oh, I if you ever want to check out my letterbox, I don't star anything. I simply like or dislike things.
Yes. So here is everything that we watched in the month of October, from October 12th to the 21st, starting with, and now we'll go back over to here and we will make us full screen again. This movie right here.
One of my favorites.
Dracula with Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Talk about it because this is one of your favorites.
Yeah. I guess you don't have much to say about it.
Well, I'm going to let you talk because it's your favorite.
Like, this is really like this and Frankenstein, but I am partial to vampires, is like what started it all. The true beginning of horror. Love. I mean, the black and white nature of it, because I mean, it didn't have to be black and white, but it just adds to the creepy.
Well, hold on. It didn't have to be black and white? It absolutely had to be black and white, right? 1931?
Because I mean, The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz is what, 39? Yeah, 8 years later.
I believe. Question mark.
Laren.
Did it have to be black and white?
Did this movie have to be black and white?
I don't believe so.
I want to say they had no choice. It had to be black and white.
I mean, with like they had.
It would have been weird if it wasn't color.
Okay, it wouldn't have been like Technicolor. It would have been like screens that they put in front of the film, like in front of the lens,
okay,
to have it like, because Haxan, the witchcraft film, it had color, but it was like a hue, like a red hue that they would put over the camera.
Okay.
So I digress.
She digresses.
It holds up. It's spooky. It's scary. Like, it genuinely, like, it gives the chills. There's not a lot of like music or anything going on like throughout the film, which really, like, the silence adds to the like eerie, uneasy. Bela Lugosi, mwah. Everything about it.
No, hold on, wait, Eric. How did I ruin the movie? How did I ruin the movie?
Ruin the movie.
Do you know what like? How did I ruin the movie?
I don't think so. I don't know. I just work here.
I'm telling you, Eric just has it out for me. Like I don't understand it. Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, vampires. It's what started the traditional like. You have Nosferatu, but whenever you think of vampires, you don't think of Nosferatu. You think of the dark hair, widow peaked.
yeah, you think of
Kate-
this, you think of that guy.
You think of that guy. And that's
I
definitely not how Bram Stoker put it in his book, but you know.
I will say I really enjoy this movie. I particularly like the just close-ups of Bela Lugosi when they have the light.
Yeah,
There's like a single light going across his eyes. It's the rest of his face is very dark, and then it's just a light going across his eyes, particularly when he's looking at someone that he really wants to nibble on. Those like it's actually very creepy.
it's very
It's
atmospheric.
actually very creepy.
Very atmosphere.
And the sets, yes, the sets. One of my favorite things about it is the sets, like his castle.
Yeah.
The castle set is insane to think that they actually built that. It's not a mat or anything like that. It's they built that and put it in there.
Well, also a really creepy thing is like the one guy who played Renfield, who was sort of like the minion of Dracula, quote unquote.
Yeah, he's
his
creepy.
laugh, his
He's
laugh.
creepy.
With the,
It's this guy right here. This guy right here with hold on, let me
like a genuinely
This
unnerving
guy.
scene is like when they're in the boat, like being shipped off, and you just hear like the it's like what the
Yeah.
hell?
It's fun. I mean, the great thing about these movies that come in handy when you're trying to do a 31 or at least 31 movies in October, if you're strained for time or if you're late to, watching a movie a day, these Universal movies are quick.
Yeah.
Hour 15, they fly by. So that's one reason we've watched a lot of these is because they are quick and sometimes we're punched for time. Like we're like,
Well, okay, not even just that, but it's like you haven't even seen these, so it's like
no, yeah,
watch
it's a buy one get five free. Like the buy one is the time, and then you get the other five things for free. But that's 100% legit reason why we watched a lot of these. Like we watched a lot of these
it's an
Universal
excuse,
horrors.
I guess.
So yeah, I would recommend not being a huge, Universal Monsters fan. I like them, but to me they're not like And I gave her the shirt today, the Creepy Crow. I would recommend checking out Dracula. They've already seen the shirt.
Look at me. Oh, I'm wearing it now.
Yep. But they've already seen the shirt. But check out Dracula. It's absolutely and I think this is better than the Francis Ford Coppola version. So that is that. Why do you have not much to say?
I was just letting you talk.
You were doing the. I'm pissed.
No, honestly, I was like reading the
what you were
chat. I was reading the chat.
So there we go. That is the Blu-ray. Pick this up from groove.com. Check it out.
Yeah, I also have wait.
All right, she's gone. Let's see what everyone's saying here. Rock Music Forever says, Eddie, I saw you in Tony's Horror Nights video. You had Broken Lizards Club Dread. Please tell me you bought that movie.
Lizard?
You saw me in Tony's Horror Nights video. Yes. You had Broken Lizards Club Dread. What does that mean?
Is that a movie?
I think that might be a movie, but I don't know what that means. Please tell me you bought that movie. Oh, are you talking about when we were in FYE? I was holding movies. I wasn't holding Club. Oh yes, I showed him Club Dread. I showed him Club Dread. It was the one that had the boobs on it. If you remember that.
I do.
That's what you're talking about. I didn't pick that up. No. I only showed that for shits and giggles.
Well, anyways, about Dracula.
And they've seen this too.
Well, I know, but I wanted to say bark. Okay,
Bark,
not
bark.
everybody has watched every single one of our streams, which you should, but they haven't. I was really upset because I really wanted to watch this on my VHS player that I just got.
But you got the wrong.
I had the wrong video out cable. Like I had something. I don't know what exactly it was for, but I needed to get audio out.
Yes, you must. Gavin says, I followed both of you on Letterboxd. Thank you very much. Club Dread is not talked about enough. Yeah, I remember holding that up at FYE. Damn, Eddie roasting Haley. Hello, love the bats in the background. Hello, Tiffany.
Thanks.
Oh, you guys gave The Shining 5 stars, huh? I see how it is. I gave The Shining
Yeah,
5
he
stars.
did.
Yeah, that's not her account.
No, no way.
Alexa, play Bela Lugosi's Dead. Do you know that?
No, but I'm
don't know
going
that.
to save that.
By Bahas. Eddie has it out for me. Sorry. Eddie just ruined the movie. Just putting the movie down. Just putting the movie down?
Talking.
Was I putting the movie down? I don't.
You liked it on
I
Letterboxd.
praised the movie, dude. I praised the movie. Bela Lugosi is Dracula.
He is.
Yeah.
Like as good as
Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Well, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with names. I'm bad with numbers. As good as he is, Bela Lugosi is Dracula.
Black and white is better. Yeah, for sure. Don't worry, Ed. Eric always has it out for Dave and myself as well. No, I think more of Nosferatu, more the Bela Lugosi Dracula.
But like you might think, I guess, but like when you see it like in pop culture or something,
Yeah, it is Bella.
you always see Bella's adaptation.
Not true, Tony. Just Dave.
Well,
Dave deserves it. Cool shirt.
Thanks.
It's mine. Bela Lugosi's Dead is a goth anthem.
Ooh, noted. Very noted.
Ugh, you broke my heart. I mentioned Club Dread a few months that has Bill Paxton in it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't retain everything. I'm human. But I did hold it up. So Laren says the first color film was in 1908. The history is complicated, but by the 30s, they were using a 3-color system. They could have done it.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Well, then it does work that it is in black and white.
Yeah, they could have done some. It's not like the color you see in Wizard of Oz, but it's,
Yeah. Next up, we did a watch along with Bob's Blu-rays, and we watched
another one of my favorites.
Saw.
Modern favorites.
From 2004. This is, a mutual favorite film between us.
And it's like so juxtaposed because as much as I love like gothic horror, I also love like blood and gore and guts, and it satisfies the bloodlust. Well, this one actually not so much. It's not even that bloody and gory compared to the rest.
Yeah.
Like compare this to like Saw 6 and it's like
And the original is rated R for strong grisly violence and language.
Like bears.
So
yeah, I love Saw.
What can you say about Saw that we didn't already say in the watch along and that we have not yet said at all?
It just goes to show that you can do so much with so little in terms of budget.
How do we feel about Saw in the chat? I mean, this is really why we do these live streams, in case you miss our watch alongs or in case you wait for this kind of summation kind of thing where you can talk about it quickly. That's why we do these live streams, so we can get general opinions from the chat, really. I mean, because we, a lot of times we have our positive views of these films. So how do you feel about Saw? All right, here we go. Where's the waste of life, David, today? All right, I'm pretty sure Tiffany's gone.
Gothy Haley. That's like a compliment, though. So, like, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's, wait, hold on. He's Scummit. Hey, it's Derpy Face and Gothy Haley. Uh-oh.
That's like a compliment.
You're getting there.
But that's a compliment.
You're getting there.
I'll take that.
Next time it's going to be Derpy Gothy.
But that's like.
But I'm pretty sure Tiffany's gone by this point. Okay, now here's where you guys hate me. Saw's overrated.
Hey, why don't you say that's my face, Gavin?
No, hold on. I can see why you would say that, because you're saying that because of the sequels, right? You're saying that because of what it spawned.
Yeah, Spiral's overrated.
Are you saying that because of what it spawned? The overratedness of the franchise? The first one isn't overrated. The first one's a genuinely good horror film. I think Gavin's saying, and I could be wrong, but let me know if I'm wrong. I think you're speaking for the fact that it spawned this insanely complicated, convoluted franchise that people love,
They also love to hate. So
there's just too many Saw movies.
In my face, Gavin.
I mean, Eric, I kind of agree. There are too many Saw movies. There's a lot of those things, and there's going to be more because apparently Tobin Bell's coming back for another one.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that was just reported not that long ago. He's coming back for another.
So I'm going to watch it.
Jigsaw will never die.
Evil does not die.
Even though he died in the third movie. Yeah. No problem, Tony. Yep. We stand Derpy Ed and Gothy Haley. Woo! Still don't really understand what stan
Stan-
means,
oh
but
my god, have you not heard the Eminem song "Stan"?
like I know what ship means. We ship.
That's not the same
I
thing.
know, but
There's like
yeah. Anyways, this movie very good, but I can see where Gavin's coming from. If you're talking about the franchise, there's going to be a 10th Saw film. Yeah, that's the one that Tobin Bell's
but it's
coming
not
back
gonna
for.
be Saw 10. It's gonna be Saw 9,
Yeah,
technically.
because Spiral really isn't connected at all.
The book of Saw. I didn't know
Yeah.
there was a book.
Dave McRae said that. He was like, "Does anyone have this book? Where's the book?
Yeah, I want
Can,
the book.
can someone get the book? Can you check it out at the library? Where is
Yeah,
the
right?
book of Saw?"
It's like not like
Stan is like a super
Yeah.
fan. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Eminem Stan is classic.
thank you. God.
All right. So that is what we watched on what day was that? The 13th? Yeah, the 13th. Now the 14th is a interesting one because we don't have a physical copy of it yet. I did purchase this from Amazon for
Really?
$7.99. It was on sale for $7.99.
You did?
It's out of stock currently, so they haven't charged me yet. They're waiting to get some in stock. So okay, we watched
Like the one we watched, not the remake?
yeah.
Wow, okay.
In case you can't see it there, it's the 14th. The Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man,
1973.
not the
Ah.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah, 1973.
Ah.
Not the Nicolas Cage.
Not the bees. Not the
remake,
bees.
which I do want to see.
I would like to see, not for the spooky sense, or it's not even really spooky. It's PG-13 or whatever. I just want to see it for the bees.
Yeah. And I just want to see how they improve upon it because this is the first movie so far that we've watched because we've watched Dracula, Saw. I enjoyed both of those. The Wicker Man, I didn't enjoy overall.
You just tend to not really like English film.
Well, when you say that, it makes me sound like a horrible person.
No, I mean like
It's not that.
it's not that. Like
I'm
I'm not
not
saying
that.
you hate English people. I'm saying
No,
like
but that's how like someone like Eric Stone would like
no, I'm not saying you hate like because
warp it.
it's a different feel. It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's like it's very bare bones, dry. It's a different palate you have to digest English film.
Yeah, but that's not it. It's like the accents have nothing to do with it. It's what this movie is not what I envisioned it was going to be. And this is how I always feel. Like if I were a filmmaker and I were to make a movie in this genre, be it cults, I would make like an insanely creepy, just balls to the wall cult movie. And that's not what this movie is.
No.
The majority of the movie has no creep factor whatsoever. It's this police guy going to this town because he's looking for a missing girl and he's seeing weird shit. He's seeing people running around naked having sex. It's like, what's creepy about that? Like that's just weird. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
just-
creepy.
I
That's just like,
understand.
wow, okay, I guess this town has some odd
Yeah, it's
laws.
weird. But also think of like 1973. Like they're not gonna go like balls off the wall, Exorcist style.
Yeah.
Like I mean, even though like Exorcist like is more Americanized, like you know.
And also, I know that this movie was really heavily leaning into the whole religious aspect of it all and how the cop is a Christian. He's a devout
Yeah.
Christian.
It definitely has some commentary on it. Like
Yeah. And how he goes to this town and what
pagans.
they're paid. Like, it's like, so that's cool. And then, but the thing that redeemed it for me, sort of like Society, that movie that we watched, Society from Brian Yuzna.
The more I think about it, the more I really like that movie.
Society.
Yeah.
It's like it's a slow burn, very much like The Wicker Man, and then you get to the end and you're like, oh, this like the ending pays off. So the ending of The Wicker Man pays off.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. Like because that was a real structure.
Yeah.
The man.
So if you don't want to hear spoilers, just mute us. Don't leave the stream. Just mute us, and then I'll do this when we're done talking about it. But spoilers for The Wicker Man. It literally ends with the giant wicker dude, right? The giant thing you see.
Which is like that's pretty impressive. Like how in the world do you build a stick that can hold like 150-pound man,
right?
some animals
and everything. And they put the police officer in there and they set everything on fire and
And
he
they're just
burns
singing.
alive. And yeah, and that's creepy. That's genuinely unnerving. That's terrifying. Burning alive is terrifying.
Yeah.
So
And he's like praying, like screaming. and
yeah,
It's kind of like,
like
oh,
anytime
God.
a burning alive happens, like in Saw, a guy goes in the oven and he
Yeah.
burns alive.
Ugh.
It just unnerves me because I can't imagine what that feels like. So
Hot.
like, you know, like put your hands under hot water and wash your hands, and you're like, but you can pull away. I
Yeah.
can't imagine not being able to pull away. So the ending of The Wicker Man, the ending is great. So it's complicated, my relationship with the original Wicker Man. But
Maybe the remake will have you appreciate the simplicity of the older one more.
true. And I did pick up The Wicker Man original on Blu-ray for
Yeah.
$7.99. So
Yeah.
the ending was enough for me to go, I want it in the collection. Let's see
Cult
here.
classic.
You really only go into the remake for Nicolas Cage, and that's it.
Pretty much. I think that's what you go into any of Nick Cage's movies for.
Nicolas Cage is a great actor. Folk horror isn't really my cup of tea, and Laren Hart's Nick Cage. Folk horror could be my cup of tea if it was done more in the way I want it to be done.
Okay, then you directed movies.
That's what I'm saying. I'd love to be able to make a folk horror cult movie. Like that's what I like. I really thought Midsommar was going to be like that one that just took it to the
But it's
the next
A24.
level.
It's A24.
And there are genuinely creepy moments in that movie as well. More, I would say, in that movie than The Wicker Man. But
Creepy? I don't know. I think that's more weird. I was just kind of watching it like,
but it is
Huh?
but it is creepy, like with the whole like sacrifice, them jumping off. Like, I mean, yeah, we laughed because
yeah.
they just kind of plop when they jump off.
that's
But-
so bad. I'm
But
laughing.
you know, and then of course the ending, of course, what? There's like a burning in there too. They burn the guy in the
Yeah,
bear suit, right? It's always burning.
Fire ouchie.
So yeah, but I would love a really good folk horror, creepy ass cult movie. Like that's what I want. Maybe is that Men? That movie Men?
Men?
Yeah, that's another A24. It's called Men, and it has the guy. Do you remember the episode of Black Mirror that you don't like, the Waldo moment?
yeah.
The guy that is the. I'm pretty sure he's from that episode, or no, he might be from. He's either from the Waldo moment or the other one with the Prime Minister. I think he's the Prime Minister, the main guy of Men.
Oh, what's that one called?
Yeah, I forget.
Oh, nuts. It's with the pig.
It's the one where he has to have sex with the pig.
Yeah.
But that episode's really good at Black Mirror. But he's from that. I'm pretty sure he's from that episode. His name's Greg. What the heck is his name? I forget what his name is. Anyways, the guy in Men. So.
Oh, what's that episode called? Somebody learn.
I like the we'll wave when we're done spoiling technique. Midsommar is overrated.
Yes, I agree.
I hear a lot of people talking about
So
it.
is Hereditary.
I
feel like those two are very talked about, like in tandem, for some reason.
Yeah. Hey, here's what I saw: House of the Devil, Evil Dead 2013, Terrifier, Terrifier 2. We still have to see that.
I know. I'm like itching to see Terrifier 2. I'm itching.
And Halloween Season of the Witch. Thank you, Rock Music. Rory Kinnear is the guy.
Greg.
Yeah.
Where'd you get Greg?
Because I was going to say Greg Kinnear. I think Greg is another actor. But thank you. Yeah. That's a good list, Rock Music. That's a really good list. What's going on, 4K Media Guy? What's
Howdy.
up? What do we got here? Nicolas Cage should come back as Ghost Rider for the MCU. Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got Nick Cage for the MCU, but
Mandy is kind of a cult movie. Also has a burning in it, but it's one of my favorites of all time. Also has Nicolas Cage. It's a win-win.
I've been meaning to see that because like I saw like a huge wave of the pops whenever we would go shopping wherever. So it's just like, man, I should probably see it.
Do you guys enjoy Children of the Corn, just the first movie? That's with Linda Hamilton from Terminator.
Well, I got through maybe half of it. I don't remember why I didn't watch the second half, but it is also a slow burn.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you either get a slow burn cult movie or you just get an overall not very good cult movie. Like,
I would like to watch that one with you because when we were at FYE, there was I believe it was a steelbook of it or something, but it had a really cool art on it. I'm like, huh.
Duncan Powell. What's that? I don't know what that means.
Mm.
But that's what we watched on, I keep forgetting the dates, on the 14th. On the 15th, here we go. This is our time to talk about it. Halloween Ends.
We're
Halloween Ends.
This is probably gonna turn a lot of people off.
Yeah, this is going to turn a lot of people off because if you don't know already, we like the movie.
Is that like a wow
I don't
moment?
like it more than Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills is my favorite of the trilogy.
Which is what?
Yeah, Halloween Kills is my favorite of the trilogy.
No way, man. No way.
Hold on. Lauren's saying Greg from Black Mirror. Greg from Black Mirror. Man, I'm still confused. I know we were talking about Black Mirror with the guy from Men. Where's Greg from Black Mirror? Anyways, I saw Men in theaters. I enjoyed it. It has a tough subject matter. Yeah, it seems like it could be maybe the one that wins me over. So I'm curious about that one. Boo! Halloween Ends can suck a fart. Yeah. So
Okay. Wait.
go ahead.
Hear me out. Hear me
Go
out.
ahead.
Okay. You've already heard me out. They can hear me out again. So the reason why I like it, okay, is because personally I am completely disconnecting it from the Halloween 2018 trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
To me, because I'm not even a big Halloween fan, period. So I literally am looking at it through the lens as this is a scary movie that I am watching through the month of October, not as, okay, this is another Halloween movie. With that in mind, because I mean, how can you not look at it through that lens? Because we only got like a 5-minute Michael Myers cameo anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get me wrong, there are things that I would personally change, things that don't really make sense. But as a standalone like horror movie with the premise of like, you got a guy, a dweeb, if you will, getting harassed, and then he goes through his Joker arc and, becomes the big bad killing spree. That's like kind of like and having uh Michael Myers as your mentor, being his protege. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And it has it's obviously been compared to Christine, which is my favorite John Carpenter movie, one of my favorite horror movies. I love that aspect about it. I liked just to really quickly comment, I like Halloween Kills better because it is more Michael Myers centric, and it has my favorite moment in the entire franchise, which is the end where they all literally gang up on him and kick his ass.
I believe that scene was filmed literally right down the street from us.
That's so cool.
Fun fact.
And like the song from the soundtrack that it's called Payback. You can vouch for this. I play it all the time. Like it has everything that I love from the score for these new movies. It has the do 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 do. It starts out with that, and then it goes into the from the first movie where it's the shape hunts Allison, that score, and then it goes into the when they're all kicking his ass, that scene. Like I remember watching that with you last year and I was like, oh shit. And like I know there's another movie coming, so I know he's gonna live. But in that moment, I was like, Michael, you're fucked, man. And that's cool because like, yeah, we root for Michael weirdly enough, because we're all weird, but it is nice to see that moment where the town, granted, and I've always said, I've said this since we've seen the movie, Halloween Ends, the town sucks.
Yeah, the town's just a big bully.
Like the town,
big bully.
I don't care about the town in Halloween Ends. Like everyone in that town literally sucks farts. So Michael can kill them all for all I care, or Corey can kill them. But in Halloween Kills, I still kind of like the town. So I'm rooting for the town in that moment when they're all circling him and they're all taking turns and shit. Yeah, no one shoots him, or when they do shoot him, they shoot him they don't shoot him in the head.
But
But
well, another reason why I like Halloween Ends is because I really like the juxtaposition of when they somehow configure a way to like be rooting for the villain. Like if you can make me root for somebody who is literally like a serial mass murderer with like that's such like a weird complex. Like the Devil's Rejects did that. Like Rob Zombie somehow made me like root for these 3 redneck white trash people. Weird.
Oh yeah,
And
Joker does that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like good. Bravo.
4K Media Guy. It's an interesting comment. The Halloween Ends is never going to be about Michael and Laurie, says the director. Well, that trailer says otherwise.
I
Fun
agree.
fact. Fun fact. Directors very, very often have next to no input when it comes to the trailer. So more than likely, the statement's true. David Gordon Green wanted to make a movie that had nothing to do about Michael and Laurie. The people that put the trailer together, aka Universal, they didn't want you to know that.
Yeah.
So blame Universal. Don't blame David Gordon Green. That's what I've seen a lot of hate going toward is David Gordon Green. And yes, he ultimately made the movie he wanted to make. This is his movie. He's the director, right? He is also a co-writer. So this is his movie that he wanted to make. You might not like it, but when people have issues with the trailer and everything, that's not David Gordon Green. That's Universal. That's trailer cutting team.
Yeah.
And they had to make a trailer
To get you in the seat.
that made it look like it was Laurie and Michael. So
I
that's that. So
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Halloween Season of the Witch is better than Halloween Ends. A lot of people would say that. A lot of people would say that. We haven't seen Season of the Witch.
Nope.
I understand that logic, Haley, but it's a part of a trilogy, so I can't completely disconnect from the other two. And that being said, it's the worst way they could end it. It's the worst way they could have ended it.
And I agree. Like when you put it in that trilogy sense, yeah, it sucks fart.
Yep.
But like when I'm looking at it like from a letterbox point of view, like do I like it? Do I not like it? I critique it as its own individual entity.
Yes. The score for Kills is incredible. Thank you, Laren. Yeah, I particularly Payback. It's the track called Payback. That's my favorite. But I do appreciate the story and the quality of the film overall. It's just out of place for this timeline. I heard someone say it's just it's the trilogy, the David Gordon Green trilogy, is out of order. It should have been the person was saying Halloween Ends, Halloween Kills. That's the order that it should have been in. Obviously, you have to rework some stuff, but that's how it plays. Halloween Ends feels like it should have been the beginning, the first movie.
Yeah.
It would have worked better there versus being at the end.
Blink, blink.
We love Devil's Rejects over here. Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Tell
him that.
It's another franchise they need to stop making. Well, they're done for a while.
At least for another what? 10 years?
For a while. Yeah, for a while.
5?
All right, so that's it for Halloween Ends. On the 15th. Okay, so this is the first day we watched 2 movies because in the same day we watched because we did a watch along with Jennifer Vega, and we watched Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece, The Shining, which, by the way, we just saw today. Shelley Duvall is coming back to filmmaking.
Yeah, I know. My God.
Not like she's not filmmaking. It's coming back to the movie industry. She's in a movie, an indie horror film.
And it's sad because she's like really unrecognizable.
Yeah. But she is coming back out of retirement, so that's cool.
It's funny, like coming out at 73.
Yeah.
When people are retiring.
Gotta pay those bills, man. And if you watch that Dr. Phil episode where they basically just, what is it? Where you, when you're trying to highlight someone, but you're not doing it because they're like, you actually care. You're
exploiting.
Doing it. Yeah. Where they exploited Shelley Duvall in that episode. Man, she looked like she could have used some real money then. So she probably needs money. So that's probably all it is. But it's cool to hear that she's coming back. But The Shining, what can you say about The Shining? This is my all-time favorite horror film. It's genuinely scary to me. Every time I watch this movie, it unnerves the crap out of me. The score, I mean, Laren, you talk about the score for Kills. The score for The Shining is insane. Go ahead.
Meanwhile,
I
do like it. Yeah. But this is one I cannot disconnect from the source material.
Yeah, you're too emotionally connected. So really, seriously, try to find the miniseries.
Yeah. Because what I completely forgot to say in our live stream was how the ending. We were talking about the ending while the stream was happening, obviously, but I completely forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the book definitely centers more around the hotel, whereas the movie centers around its characters within said hotel. There you go. Literally, I think on the front of the novel, at least the one I have, has a hotel on it.
Mm-hmm.
In the ending, where you were saying how like it's just Jack Frozen is like kind of a little lackluster, whereas the ending of the book, I'm pretty sure the hotel explodes. Like it literally explodes
Yep.
because a big part of the book is the boiler room.
Well, that's why, and I'm surprised you didn't really appreciate Doctor Sleep, because Mike Flanagan, correct me if I'm wrong, in Doctor Sleep, he blows up the Overlook. It's engulfed in flames at the end
You know, I'm being quite honest with you. I don't remember.
because he wanted to, he had to appease people that like the book and that also want a sequel to this thing. So at the end of that movie, the Overlook catches on fire.
To be quite, I genuinely do not remember a single
Yeah,
moment.
so you
of
need
that
to
film.
rewatch Doctor Sleep.
But yeah, the spirits are like ascending,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like epic hellfire.
Yeah,
which is a pretty good conclusion.
Yep. So that is The Shining. Adrian, The Shining is a great one. Yep. Exploit. Yes, that's the word. KB, what's going on, KB? Happy Saturday. Yes, happy Hallow weekend. Happy Hallow weekend here celebrating with us. We're talking horror, everything we've watched. Let us know, KB, what have you been watching recently? We're just going through our Letterboxd and sharing everything. Why doesn't she do conventions for some money? People love The Shining, would pay to meet her. Well, she might not. I mean, we know about them, right? We know about these things. She might not know about. Like, I don't know how connected she is to society. To
I mean, it's also like one thing if she was like as like cute as she was back in the day, but she's not.
I don't even think it's that. I mean, because a lot of the actors we go to see nowadays are old and decrepit looking and everything, and it's like that doesn't scare people away. I just think she might not even mentally be stable enough for it.
Probably.
She might not be mentally stable enough for it.
Because I mean, like, have you heard about her in the news, like in the past 20 years?
No, just until today. So scary stuff. Everyone's saying hey to KB. You have to at least appreciate Kubrick's style of filmmaking when it comes to this movie.
Yeah, I do. And I have it linked on my letterbox.
Yeah, he's a master. And this is obviously one of the first movies that use Steadicam, if not the first. And I love this quote because you have the first epic film. Say your thing about that. Like, remember you said, like, what does the word epic mean in this sentence?
Yeah, like, does it mean like epic as in like this is epic. Like epic as in or like epic as in like grand scale.
Yeah.
Because both of those, like those are very
You don't
different.
agree with this at all? The first epic horror film?
No.
In the chat, do we agree that this is the first epic horror film?
Is epic. Because I would argue that like there are plenty of movies prior that were epic.
But that's something I love to do.
Epic.
I love when they have quotes from critics on Blu-rays and stuff, and I love going, do we agree with Jack Kroll of Newsweek that, quote, The Shining is the first epic horror film? I do that a lot.
Yeah, he does.
So do we in the chat agree with Jack Kroll from Newsweek that this is the first epic horror film?
But that begs the question, what will be the last epic horror film?
Oh, you just put yourself through the 2 Rob Zombie Halloweens. Well, I actually have fond memories of that first Halloween from Rob Zombie because I believe that could have been my first real encounter with the Halloween story. If I'm being completely honest, that might have been my first go through with that story.
My first was the original. How original?
Yeah. But I've never seen that second one. So
I genuinely don't even know anything about the second one.
Yeah. Nah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the first epic horror film.
Oh, yeah, I would put that as a contender.
The Exorcist was more epic. Maybe not grand, but epic for sure.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so then this is the interesting thing. I would love to get in touch with Jack Kroll from Newsweek and be like, hey, Jack, what does this mean?
Yeah, define epic.
Why do you think this is the first epic horror film?
Define horror and then define film.
It is epic, not the first. Come on, Jack. Isn't it funny? It's Jack, too. Of course, it's Jack, right? The beginning of The Shining is beautifully shot. Yeah, with the helicopter and everything. That was a fun watch along. If you haven't watched it, it's on our channel with Jennifer Vega. It's a great one. Mika. Welcome back, Mika. Mika just joined us as well as KB for the first time for our final watch along of October, Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, so we did that. 2 nights ago. So go check it out. It was our mega final live watch along, and Mika was there for the first time. KB was there for the first time. Tim Talks Talkies was there for the first time,
Fish.
and Fish was there for the first time. Yes. So it was a fun time.
Fun fact, you haven't even seen The Exorcist.
No, I haven't seen
This
The
guy.
Exorcist.
Get a load of this guy.
Ooh, Rob's remake is my second in the or your second favorite. What's the issue? Well, the issue, I mean, you know what the issue is, Gavin. You've heard the issues with the movie.
I don't know the issue.
It's just people don't like. Overall, the general consensus is, why is Rob Zombie a filmmaker? He doesn't know how to make films.
He knows how to make one genre of film.
He makes white trash versus or minus the monsters. He makes white trash garbage movies. That's what the general consensus is.
Have fun.
So, and he took a highly beloved movie and he put his white trash spin on it. And people don't like that. So, that's what the issue is. I don't necessarily agree, but that's because I've said it before. Again, I'm not emotionally connected to the franchise as hard as other people are. So Halloween is sort of just like, do whatever you want with it. I'll watch them.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I am with the Munsters. Like, I'm not emotionally attached to the Munsters. Now, if Rob Zombie did an Addams Family reimagining, then I'd be angry.
Yeah. Well, you got your Tim Burton boy coming up. And did you see the Tim Burton Wednesday Pups?
Yes, I did.
Those look cool. Jenna Ortega. She was in Savannah not that long ago.
She was literally just here.
Yeah, she was right up the road from us at the SCAD Film Festival here in Savannah. Jenna Ortega was there. Mia Goth was there. Miles Teller was there. Eddie Redmayne was there.
Yeah, he was. I think he was there like the other day.
It was cool. I think they're referring to scale. I don't think it's too accurate.
Yeah, either way.
Well, if it's scale, it is insane. I mean, like, because the hotel is nuts. The hotel is nuts. Whether, I mean, we don't see all of the hotel. We don't see all of the hotel. We see more of the hotel than we see of his castle, though.
Oh, you have a castle.
We have a giant hotel.
Castle.
And I also think it could be referring to just the scale of the story in terms of how it's like a time loop, maybe. You know, how he's always been the caretaker. That's my theory. It's like reincarnation, right? So it deals with multiple, right?
That's not even the first movie like that would even make you think.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just Jack Kroll, baby. Let's get him on here, Jack Kroll.
Like, I mean, if you're talking about like odd scenarios that make you think, like, I mean, you could even argue Psycho is like, huh? Like in terms of plot twists, like makes you think like, huh? But
love The Shining. Dr. Sleep is a worthy follow-up, in my opinion, maybe better. I don't think it's better than The Shining, but I really enjoy Dr. Sleep, and I need that in the collection. I don't have that on Blu-ray.
I guess I'd have to rewatch it because I see a lot of praise for it, but it's just so long. It's such a long movie.
Yeah. Jack is dead. He used to write for Newsweek. Well, no one can ask him now.
Well, that sucks.
He took this to the grave with him.
He
took it to the grave with him. Halloween 4, Laren. Halloween 4 is your favorite. Halloween 4 is a fan favorite, yeah, for sure. I love his Munsters movie.
Really? That's the first I've ever heard that.
Interesting. I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan. Guess I'm white trash.
I like Rob Zombie a lot.
And look, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. I enjoy his music.
You have to watch The Devil's Rejects. I will watch The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, I watched The House of a Thousand Corpses. Couldn't care less if I ever watch it ever again.
Okay, even if we just go by like Rotten Tomatoes alone, regardless of like word of mouth, it has a lower rating, a significant.
Yeah, I don't think Rob Zombie has a fresh movie.
Devil's Rejects might be close
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Devil's Rejects might be close. I think it's
Laren, Gavin, can someone fact check this? Does Rob Zombie have a fresh movie on Rotten Tomatoes? Whether or not you agree with Rotten Tomatoes, it is a thing people go to. Does he have a fresh movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
But yeah,
both his movies and his music.
I'll
watch The Devil's Rejects just to literally get you off my back. What I'll do. I'm not excited about it.
It's called Princess Privilege.
So that is The Shining. Next up, we watched. What did we watch? Ooh, yes, all-time favorites. This was a first-time watch for you. This is, I think, after watching it, it's 100% confirmed for me. This is my favorite Gene Wilder movie over Willy Wonka, and that is Young Frankenstein.
Have you seen any others?
That is Young Frankenstein. I think I might have seen The Producers back in the day, but that's also a Mel Brooks thing. But there we go. Young Frankenstein. What can be said about Young Frankenstein? This is a This is one of the funniest movies.
It is fun. Like the comedy genuinely holds up.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I found with like maybe I just have a pea brain, but like older comedy, like even slapstick comedy makes me laugh. Like laugh out loud laugh.
No Fresh from Zombie.
Well, nuts. Give me the closest one then.
But
Tell me it's Devil's Rejects, right?
but yeah, this has like this is very stupid humor, you know. It's
I know it.
very
I'm stupid, so it's funny.
But I mean, stupid humor works. And I love this cover. I was specifically looking for this cover of the Blu-ray because there's a redone Blu-ray cover where I don't like the cover of this at all. And I found this at the pawn shop in our hometown of Palm Coast in Florida. And I found it at a pawn shop. I was like, this is mine. This is 100% the better cover. So,
Yeah, I thought it was funny, like hysterical.
Gavin says my favorite are Devil's Rejects and
I
31.
I have to watch 31.
Mika says Young Frankenstein is a favorite of mine. Great comedy. Yep, 100%.
It's funny. Like you just kind of have to like dumb your brain down.
Most
just a
likely
little bit.
next year when we do our watch alongs for October, Young Frankenstein will 100% fall in
Appear
there.
again.
You have peer pressured him into watching Devil's Rejects. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Dragula song. Yeah, that's a good one. Dragula.
That is good.
Nothing Fresh. 3 from Hell is at 58. That's the highest.
Wow. See,
Three from Hell.
that's the trilogy.
That's the trilogy capper. That's his Halloween Ends.
That is his.
His highest is 3 from Hell, 58. Yep. KB. How is 3 from Hell his highest rated? That's one of his worst movies.
What? Okay, don't tell me that because I still have yet to watch it. Don't tell me that.
Good catch, Laren.
Wow.
Yeah, Rob Zombie is and then because I've seen footage of him live in concert. Oof, rough.
He is certainly a person.
He's rough. He's a rough
person.
performer, man. But he has one of the he has one of the best Joe Rogan episodes. If you like Joe Rogan's podcast, he came on his podcast when he was releasing 3 from Hell. So
yeah, I can acknowledge that Rob Zombie isn't like, I don't know, like a Martin Scorsese or anything. Like he's not like a great masterpiece worthy filmmaker. It's just fun. Okay, I'm having fun.
The Devil's Rejects 55.
Oh, I thought 56. Oh, close enough.
So we watched Young Frankenstein. This thing is just seriously, if you like comedy, it's funny. I have a video. Oh, do we want to watch a video? Should we watch an old video of mine that incorporates Young Frankenstein?
Did you actually find it this time?
I know where it is. We could quickly pull it up. I just want to see if the chat wants to see. Do we want to do another going back, watching a video that I had on the channel previously that somehow incorporates Young Frankenstein? Let me know.
They say no.
Hey, if they do, I won't do it. He just makes gritty movies, and I like that.
Yeah. Very much like his movies are like what you would find like in the back rooms, like in a vault. I don't know, like in the dark web.
Although Gavin and Laren are the ones. Play the video. Let's watch it, please. All right. Fair enough. Let me pull it up here real quick. It is private, so I have to first find it, and then we'll pull it up here and play it. We might get dinged because I remember this is one that I had that was copyrighted at first, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't care. So we go to YouTube Studio, and then we go to content, and then we go.
And this coffee I'm drinking is
not good. No, we'll get a different one. Then we go to videos, and we have to scroll all the way back.
Can you not just filter view from oldest?
Can we?
Yes.
It's only a couple pages over. You know, I like to do things the hard way.
Help me. Help me.
Let's see. These are all my Terminator videos from the Terminator days. We don't want those. Now I'm looking.
These are funny.
Terminator.
This is funny to look at.
Okay. Which one is it?
This is funny. The Man Cave.
Yeah, the Man Cave.
Your Man Cave?
Okay, I think it's this one. Hurricane Matthew. This was when Hurricane Matthew was heading towards Florida. All right, so let me stop sharing this screen. Share this screen. Oh, that's inviting. There we go. All right, so this is back in the day when Hurricane Matthew was heading our way.
That
That
rhymed.
rhymed. And here we are. It's
Ching.
right here. So there is a copyright claim, but it's whatever. It's gonna be all right.
Not a
So here we go.
copyright claim.
And this does incorporate Young Frankenstein at some point. So here I am. This was when I was like, this is when I was really into The Walking Dead. I'm wearing my Negan shirt and everything. So here we go. Make it full screen.
Baby.
What's going on, guys? I live in Florida, in case anybody doesn't know this. We are about to go through a hurricane. Hurricane Matthew is heading towards Florida.
I want to emphasize to the public, this is a serious storm.
We are preparing for the worst. Food is becoming harder and harder to find. Water is nearly gone. Gas, don't even talk about gas. So I need to stock up on all that stuff. But what I need to stock up on before any of that, I need to go into Best Buy right over here, and I need to pick up some of those exclusive steelbooks. Let's do that, and then I can worry about all the hurricane preparations and whatnot. So we're gonna head on in, and first I just gotta wait for them to open. 5 more minutes.
Do you know anything about sound equilibrium?
Oh yeah. Well, they sold out of a few of them, mostly the X-Men ones, but they do have a bunch of other ones I definitely want to pick up. All right, guys, I just got out
Ew.
a bag full of loot. So I picked up 2 movies that really aren't steelbooks, but I saw them and I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna bite the bullet on these because I want to own them. I'll explain why. First up, Blair Witch Project. I saw
The
Blair
glare.
Witch. You can go check out my review on that. I also did a little short inspired by the Blair Witch Project. I'll also have that link down below. The reason I picked this up, I own this on DVD. This is not a movie that really warrants seeing it in high definition, but it has the never before seen alternate endings, which I always heard about. So I'm really curious to check them out. $6.99. Not bad. Next up is a movie I haven't seen, but I just want to because it's written by one of my favorite screenwriters working today. His name is Max Landis. And so I picked up American Ultra, $6.99 as well. Yeah, I'm just really curious to check this out. I love his work. Kristen Stewart, too. Oh, so hot. Let me know what you think of American Ultra down below. All right, now we're into the steelbooks, the ones I came here for. First up is the one that there was only 1 copy left, and it's because I'm pretty sure this is one of the hot commodities of the steelbooks that they're selling right now. So if you haven't, go grab it because my Best Buy does not have any more. That is The Revenant. This was $17.99. So it was a little pricey, but I'm okay with that because this is a great movie. Tonight at 7 p.m., I'm actually going to my closest theater. They're doing a special screening tonight only of Young Frankenstein. I picked up the Young Frankenstein steelbook. When this came out, it was available in like a metal pack, but I'm glad I finally got a steelbook release. Okay, so before we actually get to the theater, I made a couple more pit stops. Oh, gee. Oh, man. I am so excited. Look at what I have right here. Look at this. Look. It's Lucille. It's Negan and Lucille. That's not even the best image. That's an okay image. I'm not going to use that one, though. That's the one I'm going to use. Look at that image. Look at that.
It's kind of hard to see with the glare.
And I saw this. I had to get this. I had to get this. Oh, man. Life is good. I love The Walking Dead. My favorite character of all time on The Walking Dead is the Governor, but since he's no longer on the show, spoilers, sorry, Negan is now my choice. And unfortunately, as far as I know, they never made a Governor lamp, but they made a fucking Negan lamp. That lamp is so cool. Just wanted to show that to you guys. But anyways, enough messing around. One more thing before we go to the theater. I have a little bit of time to kill. I'm going to head into a Halloween store.
Halloween. They sure do have costumes.
Is it just me, or is shopping at a Halloween store kind of going out of fashion? They are so overpriced. There was nobody in there. I know we have a hurricane coming, but that place was empty. And like I said, they're overpriced. The costumes don't fit. The costumes look cheap, by the way. Let me know what you guys do if you actually buy stuff at Halloween stores. I personally don't. They're just nostalgic. I go in there because I used to do that when I was littler. But anyways, enough chit-chatting. Let's go. Let's check out Young Frankenstein. It's alive! It's alive!
Where are you? It's the way your music just cuts out.
Here it is, Young Frankenstein.
You're actually doing something that is very illegal and not allowed. No cell phones or cameras on during the movie.
That was great. Oh man, seriously, I love Young Frankenstein, but I really love it now. Just being able to witness that with other people who enjoy it as much as you, it's a comedic masterpiece. It really, really is. All of those characters are amazing. Every single person was perfectly cast. From Gene Wilder to Cloris Leachman as Frau Blucher. And thank you guys for coming along for this entire video. I'll catch you later.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
The real Eddie G on Twitter.
Uh-oh. Well, the video sounded great. Sorry about that. Yeah, so apparently they couldn't see the video. They just saw this the whole time. But they heard the video, right? You guys heard the video? Here, how about this? What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it
Unlisted.
yeah, I'll unlist it so you can all look at it. All right, there it is. It's on the channel. You have to scroll all the way back to watch it.
Just put the link in the chat.
Yeah. But well, thanks for not leaving as you just watched a screen. But yeah, so the video sounded great. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to see the chat when we're doing something like that. Plus, we were watching the video as well. So it is what it is. But now the video is on the channel, so you can go and check it out if you want to see the visuals and everything.
And
yeah.
see him being baby.
Can't see the video. It would be nice if like there was an option for the chat to like shock us or something. Like,
well, like have a pop-up like
or
a
something like that.
notification thing.
Yeah. Maybe I should get a
I have real bad secondhand embarrassment at the moment.
Oh, I don't. I think it's funny. Good. I'll watch it later. KB, LOL. Let's see what everyone else is saying here. Eddie kind of giving Rob Zombie brother vibes. Well, right now, I guess so. So yeah, but anyways, did a video, kind of about Young Frankenstein. It was a mishmash all over the place. But so that's what we watched that day. Let's get back into the letterbox thing.
Cringe.
We
I'm
have
cringe.
yes. Let's talk about this real quick. We watched this with Dave and
I
Tony,
need to recover.
The Black Phone. And we did the house at Halloween Horror Nights.
yeah.
The house at Halloween Horror Nights. That was a lot of fun. And that was actually my favorite part of that house. It wasn't the freaky section.
Yeah, I really didn't like the freaky section.
It was the Black Phone section. So there it is right there. Awesome addition. I kind of agree that it's a modern horror classic. Do you agree with
I agree.
Daily Dead that it's a modern horror classic?
I agree. Like I said it like right at the beginning of the year when we saw it, like this is really like the first genuinely like great horror film
Yeah.
in the past couple years.
What was that?
My throat.
Ugh. But yeah, so the Black Phone. The Black Phone. The Black Phone is what we watched on what day did we watch that one?
I'm gonna crawl away. And
The 17th. On the 18th, we watched yet again another Universal horror. We watched The Mummy, baby.
The Mummy.
The OG with Boris freaking Karloff. Now, this movie, I want to rewatch at some point down the
Yeah.
road because I'm mixed about it.
You're mixed.
I'm mixed about it. I liked things that I saw in this movie, but I wasn't totally invested into it. So I feel like if I watch it again, I feel like
I mean, it has substance, whereas a lot of the other Universal horror movies are pretty bare boned. Like I would argue, like the Wolfman has some substance, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I am very partial to Egyptian mythology. But
don't be embarrassed, Haley. We can watch it. That's why I made it public. So now you can go watch it whenever you want. We love you, Haley. And that sounded a little wired, Haley.
what?
That sounded a little wired.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Bad timing. I'm grinning and bearing through the second, third, fourth hand embarrassment.
All good. Yeah, The Mummy.
Yeah, I love Egyptian mythology.
And we haven't seen, either of us haven't seen the Brendan Fraser
No,
Mummy. I've seen the Tom Cruise Mummy.
with his double cheeked up.
he ass cheeks.
Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
Right.
Or on a Saturday afternoon, I guess.
And then to round it out on the 19th, we watched the original Fright Nights.
White Night.
With this brand new steelbook that just recently came out.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more in love I am with Fright Night.
The original?
Both.
Both. Because we did watch the remake, but we watched that later. So we'll cover that in the next stream.
Yeah. So I'm specifically talking about this one.
The original.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original is great. It is a bit campy, especially after you watch the remake.
Yeah.
There's a bit of camp to it. There's like the only thing I don't like about this is that whole when they're in the club and they're like dancing and stuff.
Yeah. The whole
It's
thing.
just weird.
Okay. The whole thing I don't like about the Fright Night in general is that it's like
High schoolers.
high schoolers.
It's like an old man.
Not even okay. Old doesn't even. You know. He's like ancient, okay? Like he might look like a regular like 35-ish-year-old man, regardless of his appearance. High schooler. And like you can't when you say high schooler, you can't just assume 18 either. Like you can't just assume that every high schooler ever is an 18-year-old senior.
Yeah.
Not every senior is 18. So it's just,
It is weird that they're
and
like
it's
going
not
after
even like
them.
a kiss or anything, like which is also weird, but it's like grinding on each other and like
yeah.
going down on him almost. And it's
It is bizarre.
I mean, the remake kind of tones that down a little, but it's like at what cost?
Yeah.
At what cost?
It is weird. It is like it's funny the stuff that like no one really talks about. Well, I mean, maybe people have talked about how it's kind of
But
weird.
it's kind of like, I mean, we watched another movie last night, which we'll talk about, but it's still like, what's with the 80s and like high schoolers being like
Yeah.
super hyper sex? And I can get it, like the actors and actresses at the time were of age, but it's the notion, it's the thought
Yeah.
that like you are trying to portray like a 16, 17. Weird.
Yeah.
Freaking weird.
Very weird. But
Jerry's hot.
it is
so.
cool. It's a great movie. Yes, tell them to watch Near Dark. Yeah, Laren, we're definitely going to be watching at least one of those movies you sent us. I plan to watch Pet Cemetery, but maybe we can
Ooh.
switch it up and do Near Dark. But Either one of those we'll be watching.
Well, I have seen Pet Cemetery, and I do love Pet Cemetery.
Haley's talking about my problem with Licorice Pizza.
I'm
That-
sorry.
The movie Licorice Pizza that came out from Paul Thomas Anderson. Apparently, it has something to do with like older person going after younger person.
Yeah, it just makes me uncomfy.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard to just kind of push aside the fact that it's like, this is just a movie. But
It is weird that they don't choose to set it in like college.
yeah, it's like, what's the difference?
You know what I mean? Like, why
It's
couldn't
what's
this
the
just be a
difference?
college setting and then that be okay?
Because it doesn't make a difference.
But I think
Doesn't.
obviously this is in the 80s, right? So that's one thing right there. They weren't really thinking about this stuff in the 80s, right? There was a different mindset. Harvey Weinstein was going around, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yeah, that's what I have to say. Like a lot of
Older movies.
sexualized horror movies. Like what would have made it different if it was in college? Okay, so they wouldn't be with their parents, and maybe that would be like a
yeah.
plot point.
Gavin says Fright Night's good. It just gets outshined by Lost Boys and Near Dark.
I really want to watch The Lost Boys. I really do, because I keep seeing it pop up everywhere. And when I see a movie pop up everywhere, I feel like that's a sign for me to watch it.
Kids
for
use
whatever reason.
stuff in the 80s. They didn't have cell phones and anxiety
Yeah,
disorders.
I guess. What else would
Look, I love how Hollow Note says White Night. White Night.
I don't know if that was intentional, but that's what I said.
Brendan Fraser Mummy is great. The
White
Brendan
Night.
Fraser one is good.
White Night. And then how I go like Teophile.
Yeah, Tale of Fire.
Teophile.
I never realized The Mummy with Brendan Fraser was a remake of that until like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Were we just talking about a different mummy? How many
Yeah.
mummies are there?
There's 3. currently. There's 3.
No, like in
Karloff, Fraser.
No, I meant like in the
Cruise.
entire world, like to base movies off of. There in the entire world, there are 3 mummies.
Wait, you haven't seen The Lost Boys? No, neither of us have seen The Lost Boys. So that is coming up on our to-do list.
Yeah.
And to round out
I thought
our
we
watch
did that.
alongs, because we did the 20th, but the 21st, even though we are including it here, we were in Florida with Dave and Tony, so we didn't watch any movies when we were down there. So
I mean, there was like a significant amount of Jason, like Friday the
Playing.
13th Part 8, and then like half of Trick or Treat, and
Get Out was playing.
Get Out
like
was
in the
playing.
room that we were staying on, like the TV had a Jason marathon. It had Get Out playing, Trick or Treats.
yeah, it's not like we were watching it, but it was sufficient background noise.
Yeah, like we would come into the room and Dave and Tony would be on their respective beds.
And then watching Jason go to space,
And
or
they would just be
something.
relaxing, right? So like I was coming back from getting a coffee in the lobby at Starbucks and coming up and there's Jason playing. So we kind of watched movies, but not really.
Yeah.
But the day before we left for Florida on the 20th, we did a watch along with Eddie's Films and Stuff of Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of motherfucking Fleet Street.
God, I wish there was like a sort of Halloween event that we could go to, because I would so dress us up
Yeah.
as them. And I go hard. Like I will craft my own costumes.
Do you agree with A.O. Scott of the New York Times that it is a, quote, work of extreme genius?
Yes, I agree.
You agree that this is a work of extreme genius? Chat room, do we agree that Sweeney Todd is, quote, a work of extreme genius?
I so do.
I agree as well. This is a work of extreme genius. Mika says Lost Boys is a favorite of mine. Near Dark is another favorite. Mika, I love your taste because it seems like you don't hate a lot of movies.
Well,
It seems like Mika has a lot of favorites, which is cool.
yeah. I mean, that's goes with like the appreciation and love for filmmaking.
Yeah. It
It's
seems
very
like
endearing.
it seems like it takes a lot to make Mika go, I don't like this movie. Is that true, Mika? Let me know.
What's a movie that you actually do not like whatsoever? I'm very interested.
End this live stream and go watch The Lost Boys.
Well, I would had I not need to go to work in like an hour.
Yeah. Oh man, must watch, guys. Lost Boys is top 5 for me.
Oh man, I have to work in an hour.
Later today, I will carve a pumpkin and watch Idle Hands. Are you gonna go get a corn dog at a fair down the road? Sweeney Todd, what a fun watch along that one was. That was fun. Yes, that was fun.
While I was doing my project for like half of it.
It is indeed a work of extreme genius.
Yeah.
Saw Sweeney Todd in theaters, one of the few musicals I enjoy. Yes, I saw it in theaters as well. This did come out around December, so it's one of those weird timed movies.
I was listening while we were in Florida because I have to have like some sound stimulation to fall asleep because I'm a nutcase. And we didn't have Wi-Fi in the hotel because it was kind of wonky. I was listening to our old podcast episodes that you had on your computer, and I was listening to our Sweeney Todd one. And yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have our Sweeney Todd. We have our podcast, Don't Dead Open Inside, which is like all dedicated to specifically The Walking Dead. But we have bonus episodes
we
where
talk about horror.
where we talk about horror movies. And we did one on Sweeney Todd. So
That was very endearing because that was when we were just buddies.
yeah, we were just friends at that point. So if you want to listen to that episode, our links to the podcast are in every description of every video. They're also on the header of the page. And well, maybe not on the header. I think it's just the letterbox and the Instagrams.
Maybe
But
on the about section.
if you go to the about section of our channel, we have our links to the podcast. So you can click it and it'll say bonus episodes Sweeney Todd.
And I'm more awkward there than I am now.
Yeah, so check it out. KB says Sweeney Todd is awesome. And Adrian says you need to see The Lost Boys. It has a great soundtrack. It's a great 80s horror flick. That's what I hear. It's Joel Schumacher. I actually enjoy a lot of his movies. And I find it funny because The Lost Boys is Kiefer Sutherland. And Fright Night is Colin Farrell. And we both know, or we all know, that Colin Farrell and Kiefer Sutherland were together in Phone Booth, which is Joel Schumacher.
Vampire.
So it's funny, like a vampire was calling a vampire. So
Vampires.
that's cool. But yeah, and so that's everything that we watched. Just really quickly, let me pull the screen back up, and I will pull up the correct screen this time. I do apologize for that. Sometimes that happens.
Don't remind me.
Where we pull up the wrong screen and we leave it frozen there. But like we said, that video we watched is on the
embarrassing.
channel. If you scroll all the way back to the bottom, it'll be that very first video because it is the oldest. But here's everything we watched from the 12th to the 20th, technically, but we included the 21st. Dracula, Saw, The Wicker Man, Halloween Ends, The Shining, Young Frankenstein, The Black Phone, The Mummy, Fright Night, and Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of motherfucking Fleet Street.
I wish that was the actual
That's the
title.
actual title. You guys were friends first before dating. Cute. We stand a good love story. Yeah, and it's all recorded. That's the cool thing about it. It's all on, maybe not video, but it is on audio. There's an episode of my podcast, Eddie Green's 101, where she's the guest, and it's literally like the longest episode that I had ever done, and we're just friends in that one as well.
And we were completely plastered.
We don't start plastered.
No.
We progressively get plastered.
No, we were actually coworkers.
And yes, and the alcohol definitely helped with moving things along with us.
Naturally.
So
Yeah, we were just
and nothing happened sexually.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
happened sexually. Seriously,
Get
nothing
out of the
happened
gutter.
sexually.
Yeah, go dirty
But
bastards.
the alcohol definitely loosened us up during that episode. Motherfucking Fleet Street. Trick or treat, motherfucker. But yeah, so that's everything. That is everything we watched, and we got to watch. You guys got to listen to a really cool past video, but it is available on the channel if you would like to go.
Please stop.
If you'd like to go check it out, maybe I'll include it in the description afterwards. I'll put it in there. Yeah, thank you for joining us this Halloween weekend. We'll be back, not live, but we will be back tomorrow with our first of 2 videos from Florida with Durant Cinema and Tony's Movies and More. So look forward to a video tomorrow. And then on the 31st, our Halloween Horror Nights vlog. And then on the 1st, November 1st, we're probably going to go live doing this where we can wrap up all the horror movies that we watched in the month of October. And yeah, so it's fun. Technical difficulties, glitches, errors happen.
Stop bringing it up. God, just stop.
Have a good Halloween, guys. Thank you, Gavin. Thank you. KB just followed your letterbox. Thanks. Yes. I'll be following yours. Yeah. Haley's is on there as well. She's in my following section.
Probably enough I don't follow anyone besides you.
Yeah. Flo Rida. Yep. It was fun to hang out as always. When's the next stream? Well, there you go. November 1st. November 1st is going to be the first stream of November, but it's going to be talking about horror. And then from that point on going forward, we are going to get into the holiday mindset, all the Christmassy stuff, right? I mean, yeah, there's Thanksgiving stuff, but it's really all about the Christmas. Unfortunately, Thanksgiving gets overshadowed. I enjoy Thanksgiving.
I like food.
yeah, so that's what's going on there. Bye everyone. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Since we won't see you live until November, but happy Halloween. Yes. Great stream. Thank you, Mika. Thank you. Have a great Halloween. Absolutely. Stay safe. If anyone's trick-or-treating, stay safe. Can't wait for the Florida vids. Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween. Yes. Can't believe it's coming to a close here, but that's how life works. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with the first of 2 Florida videos with Durant Cinema and Tony's Movies and More. I think Tony left.
Yeah,
He's
God.
not saying anything.
Come on, Tony.
Which is cool.
Which is cool.
It's cool. It's whatever. I know he'd be here if he could. But thank you for watching. Seriously, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in and still sticking around even during that little error thing. I'm not gonna let me live it down because it was my fault. So.
I'm gonna be thinking about it for the rest of the night.
It's all right. Everyone's cool with it, I think. So, and we deserve this for that. This is that's for me. That's for me.
If only the camera could capture how red my face is.
But yes, this is for Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween! And until we see you just tomorrow in a pre-recorded video, but until we see you live November 1st, there's one thing you got to do. Keep being fans of something!